Hey everybody, Jason Bermas here, and praise the good Lord above, Zombie J, aka Joe Biden, the poopy pants puppet president that can barely speak, and actually announced today that he's been in the Senate for 720 years. Let me repeat that. Said today that he's been in the Senate for 720 years, and somehow that didn't make a headline anywhere, is going to cure cancer. And not only is he going to cure cancer, he just signed an executive order talking about how we're going to biologically engineer our own genetics of the species, putting the transhumanist movement at the forefront. You want to know why I'm talking about it? Because it's all rolling out together, baby. And we're going to show you the man himself talking about. We're going to be talking about NASA. In fact, Joe Biden talked about NASA yesterday, okay? In regards to Moonshot, this program with who? DARPA, the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, that we told you about in the very beginning of his administration when he first announced this. And I'm sorry, folks, I hate to let you know this. They're not curing cancer for you. That's Johnny nonsense. That's total bullshit. That's bait and switch, and we have to recognize that. It's unfortunate that many people will buy into this propaganda, but we're going to break it all down. We're going to take your questions and comments as well, so get them in while you can, and let's just get right to it. Thumbs it up, subscribe, and share. We can cure cancers once and for all. Joe Biden launches supercharged cancer moonshot with JFK's daughter on the 60th anniversary of Moonshot's speech, and vows to speed breakthroughs and slash deaths by half within 25 years. Well, let me tell you something. If these people have their way, they are going to genomically alter the entire human species in this movement over the next 10 to 15 years. Forget about 25. We're going to show you that executive order in a moment. But I want you to hear it from the horse's mouth himself. So here, Biden is talking about Moonshot, and he directly refers to NASA. Again, NASA is a front for the military-industrial complex. NASA is a front for transhumanism. NASA is a front for the weaponization of space. That's the reality, and we have to be adults about it. We can't let this cartoon idea that we're going to the moon and we're going to Mars and Elon Musk is a hero. It's all a show, folks. But don't take my word for it. Let's listen to some Zombie J.
I give you my word as a Biden. This cancer moonshot is one of the reasons why I ran for president.
Is it?
It's part of my unity agenda that I laid out in my State of the Union address to rally the American people to work together. Because we know this, cancer does not discriminate red and blue. It doesn't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. Beating cancer is something we can do together, and that's why I'm here today. As part of the supercharged moonshot, I'll use my authorities as president to increase funding, to break log jams and to speed breakthroughs.
The guy can barely speak, by the way. We're going to show you that again today. Again, he's been in the Senate for 720 years, okay? When he started in the Senate 720 years ago. He's picking up his jacket. He's talking about his mother. I mean, he's gone, folks. He's gone. This is the most malleable puppet we have ever seen in our lifetimes installed, and he can barely talk. It is the zombie apocalypse.
I've also formed a new cancer cabinet that's driving a whole-of-government effort to unleash every possible asset within our power, from NASA that knows more about radiation than any doctor does.
Let's just stop right there. From NASA, which knows about more radiation than any doctor does. NASA astronauts' blood shows sign of DNA mutations due to spaceflight, and they must be monitored for cancer risks, new study shows. Really? Really? 14 astronauts from NASA's Space Shuttle program took part in the study, providing whole blood and blood cell samples that were frozen. They talk about people that were just on 12-day space missions from 1998 to 2001. Really? Huh. Well, I've got a question for you. Doesn't that put the whole Apollo missions into question? I mean, you'd think that. But let's let Zombie J over here finish up, okay? And then we're going to get to executive order on transhumanism, because it's just executive order Joe. That's the deal, folks. When they can't pass things, they just sign off on them, all right?
To the Defense Department that has the ability to calculate, and the Energy Department.
And by the way, the Department of Energy was a large front for human experimentation. The DOE did unspeakable things to both military and citizens without their knowledge. Do you understand that? Bill Clinton actually had to come forward and say those experiments did in fact exist. So the Defense Department, okay, DARPA, NASA, the Department of Energy, that is how the military-industrial complex works, okay? Through secrecy, through compartmentalization, and through fronts of what they're actually doing, like, we're going to cure cancer. We're going to stop cancer.
Do 1 million billion calculations per second.
1 million billion.
Health and Human Services. Secretary Becerra plays a key role in the cancer cabinet, as does Marty Walsh, a childhood cancer survivor who is committed to helping Americans get time off for cancer screenings or care for a loved one. The White House Office of Science and Technology Policy is changing the path for the cancer moonshot for 2022 and beyond. And today, I'm setting a long-term goal for the cancer moonshot to rally America.
To rally America. Less than 2 minutes, stumbled about 5 times. You know, but in there are some real gold nuggets. Again, he's reading off a prompter and not doing so well. But you'll scroll down here, and I want to show you the DARPA representative. Okay? This is the DARPA representative right here. It is Renee Wergzen, who, of course, is a longtime science advisor and who most recently served at the biotech company Ginkgo Bioworks Holding, Inc., as the first director of the Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health. So the ARPA Projects Agency for Health. She also worked at the Pentagon's DARPA program, Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, and the Intelligence Advanced Research Projects Activity. Okay? This person. Again, why do we talk about NASA? Why do we talk about DARPA? Because it's all linked in together. And let me say this, props, big time props, to Jim Hoft and the gang at Gateway Pundit. Leo Hoffman, Biden's executive order designed to release transhumanist hell on America. You best well believe it. That is the deal. That is the truth. The document's Orwellian title, Executive Order on Advancing Biotechnology and Biomanufacturing Innovation for a Sustainable, Safe, and Secure American Bioeconomy. Forget about the Internet of Things. This is the Internet of Bodies. This is the genomic design of the human species. This is eliminating human beings as we know them, not in just a transhumanist future, but a post-human world. Let me just read you a subsection of this. For biotechnology and biomanufacturing to help us achieve our societal goals. Oh, our societal goals. My societal goal is to remain human, to live in a constitutional republic of checks and balances, to embrace freedom and love and the family and camaraderie amongst my neighbors. That's mine. It's not maybe the White House's. The United States needs to invest in foundational scientific capabilities. We need to develop genetic engineering technologies and techniques to be able to write circuitry for cells and predictably program biology in the same way in which we write software and program computers. Unlock the power of biological data, including through computing tools and artificial intelligence, and advance the science of scale-up production while reducing the obstacles for commercialization so that the innovative technologies and products can reach markets faster. In other words, fast-track transhumanism in your face, whether you like it or not. And that's why I constantly go back to this 2001 document from NASA, from Bushnell, that lays it all out. We're just going to go to the term genomic inside. And they talk about the genomic design and repair of the human species. Mind children. Cross-species molecular breeding. Directed evolution. That's what's under and the products and life forms in this document. This is the Future Strategic Warfare document. Right behind me, let's get myself out of the way so you can see. Natural and genomic. Underneath that is biohacking. Direct and undetectable, binary. You see it? Bacteriological, viruses, prions, parasites, fungi, carcinogens, toxins, hormones, and regulators. You wonder why I get into the transgender to transhuman? It's all here, baby. It's all in your face. And those deniers out there want to say I have, one source or two source or I'm exaggerating. You best damn well believe I'm not exaggerating anything. Here they're talking about airborne varieties of Ebola, Lassa, etc. Binary agents, zeros and ones, distributed via imported products such as vitamins, clothing, and food. Genomically targeted pathogens, both to individuals and societies. And by the way, if you look at the bottom, long-term fingerprintless campaign, as opposed to shock and awe, is what it says. In other words, you ain't going to be able to track us, baby. We're going to do what we want when we want. And they talking about bio on the battlefields. They talk about it in the food, the water, the soil. It's all right here. Bioweaponry, okay? Functional bioviruses into biocomputer systems. This is that 2001 document I continue to go to. Wake up, folks. We are here. There is no doubt about it. So I want to show, again, Joe Biden and how out of it he is in these two different clips where, again, sustainability is a code word for your standard of living going down to promote the climate change agenda, because climate change, according to Ted Turner and Dennis Bushnell, who wrote that document, Ted Turner said, too many people doing too many things. Okay? Dennis Bushnell tells you we have this climate change and this crisis because of the standard of living of people and too many being on the planet. That's why it's a code word of sustainability. All right, but let's go down to Zombie J. Let's go to this first one right here. It's only 13 seconds long. I mean, again, the guy's so out of it. He's stepping on his jacket and talking about his dead mother. No big deal. Yeah, I'm sure this guy runs the country.
This is an extraordinary story being written today in America by this administration as I step all over my coat. Good thing my mom's not around.
Good thing, Joe. Good thing. So let's scroll down again and let's hear him talk about these achievements via climate. And he tells you he's going hard on climate and energy. That means you're screwed. All right? If we allow this to happen, we're screwed. And again, 720 years in the Senate. That's where we're at, guys.
The American people won and special interests lost. Folks, we're going to lower prescription drug costs. Lower health insurance costs.
Do you believe that? Do you believe they're going to lower the cost of prescriptions and healthcare? Have we seen that in our lifetime? Not so much.
Lower energy costs for millions of families.
Lower energy costs. No. Lower energy availability and hike up the cost. Why are you lying, Joe? Oh, it's all you know how to do. Because you're just reading off some kind of a script and not doing so very well.
I want to take the most aggressive action ever to confront the climate crisis and increase our energy security.
Energy security and confront the climate crisis. Bring us in to a carbonized social credit system of command and control on behalf of a predator class agenda. Make no mistake, folks.
Ever in the whole world.
Ever in the
And
whole
that's
world.
not hyperbole, that's a fact.
All right, so I think it's the next section right here where he talks about 720 years. Pretty important. You know.
Some of my colleagues have been around long. How long we've been fighting pharma? How long we've been taking on these interests? From the time I got to the Senate 720 years ago.
From the time he got into the Senate 720 years ago. How was that not the headline everywhere? Joe Biden says he's been not only fighting Big Pharma for 720 years, but in the Senate doing so. The only problem is, Joe, 720 years ago, Big Pharma nor the Senate existed. That's how far gone Zombie J is. Now, before I go to your questions and comments, and please get them in over there, we're on YouTube. If you want to pass the line, you can go to Rockfin, where we are uncensored, and you can still actually tip out. Again, we're fully demonetized here, folks, so I do need your support. The Buy Me a Coffee link is below, but the premium subscriptions over at Rockfin always help and give you everybody's premium content like Netflix. Before we move on, just want to say this, okay? A lot of you guys know that I cite Annie Jacobson's work all the time. And Annie Jacobson has put out a picture of her latest draft of a book she's working on. This is the person behind Area 51, Operation Paperclip, DARPA, the Pentagon's brain, First Platoon, Surprise Kill Vanish. I mean, she's done some of the seminal work on what the deep state and the military-industrial complex really is. And there was somebody asking what the book was. Now, if you've been watching this program, you know what I think the book's about. It's about transhumanism. And Annie Jacobson actually seems to have confirmed that from my tweet. She liked my reply where I said, if you're familiar with her past books and the frightening aspects of that work, I'd bet dollars to donuts the book is on transhumanism. So it looks like the book's on transhumanism, and Annie Jacobson gave Jason Bermas a little hat tip and a nod, which I'm very happy about. We've got to get Annie Jacobson on this program because, again, I think that her work is just top notch. All right, folks, without further ado, I do want to let everybody know before we go to your questions that I am a documentary filmmaker. Loose Change, Final Cut, and Fabled Enemies, my seminal 9/11 films that I think stand up today and really give people an idea of why we are at where we are at as a society and how our constitutional republic has crumbled to an executive within an executive, a continuity of government on behalf of a military-industrial complex pushing a global predator class transhumanist agenda. And then I have those bigger picture films, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture. Shade especially deals with both bioengineering and geoengineering. And you know what? Before we go to your questions and comments, I also want to point this out. We've already entered really a stage of transhumanism. When Moderna snagged that $25 million DARPA grant and partnered with them, okay, in the strategic mRNA collaboration, which is on their own websites with people like AstraZeneca and Merck and Vertex and BARDA. And there's DARPA right there. And the good people at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, okay? When they did that, I want to read this extremely carefully, okay? extremely carefully because we can't get in trouble here. This is back in 2013. If Moderna is successful in getting its mRNA drugs through clinical trials, it could radically change the way public health officials think about pandemics. Today, most officials think of combating these threats with the V word. I don't want to say that. Oh, wait a minute. mRNA is different than the V word, which stimulate antibody production through different means. The V word can be highly effective, but they often suffer from limited manufacturing capacity and long production cycles. That means it's usually not practical to react nimbly and scale up massive production during a fast-moving pandemic. Similarly, there are a few injectable antibody drugs that officials can turn to in that kind of situation. But those products, including one from Baxter Healthcare derived from human blood plasma, also face manufacturing cost and capability constraints. The idea of using mRNA drugs, let me say that again, mRNA drugs is quite different. Oh, it is. Because I was told if I dared to say it was different, well, I'm a bad guy, and I'm disinformation, and I'm misinformation. These are synthetic compounds that can be designed and manufactured in just about 3 weeks with a customized genetic sequence for making any protein of interest. Theoretically, a new pathogen could be discovered. Scientists could sequence the new genome in a day and turn around almost immediately with a sequence for an mRNA molecule that makes antibodies to fight the bug. How about that? So, a lot of people would say that we're already in the bio-nano era and working our way into that transhumanist future. But hey, I'm just Jason Bermas. I'm just a punk guy with a Puma hat on that doesn't know much. He can read at a 4th grade level and put things together. Weird. All right, let's get into the comments. Eye of the Zombies. Can I get a burger for this? Maybe you can. I don't know. If you just listened to me rant for 20 plus minutes, maybe you could have cooked a burger or gone through a drive-thru and watched me on your mobile. Is Moonshot referring to the movie of the same name? No, it was referring to the Kennedy speech. It looks like we've got some smoky smoke comments right there. Center stage, please. I love you, Jason. I love you. I couldn't do this stuff without you guys. Wait, zombies? Do I need to hide in a mall? Only if you want to make a kick-ass movie. In fact, I love Zack Snyder's remake, Dawn of the Dead. I think that's a great remake. I think it's really fun. I remember when I was watching that for the first time, highly skeptical I would even enjoy it. Ended up loving that remake. Yeah, they mean by DNA, designer babies. Oh, we got some Johnny nonsense up in this mother trucker. Not with mRNA, they ain't. Yucca, yucca, yucca. They will never cure cancer. Let's see. Or Satisfya Act. Let's see. Bermas Brigade, let's go. That's right. Thumbs it up, guys. We don't even have 100 thumbs up. Can we get 100 thumbs up? Can we do it to it? Too much at stake. Maybe they will rename cancer and move the goalpost on it. You can laugh about that. But then again, they redefined the V word to include the technology we were just discussing, where they clearly said it was a different technology in 2013 when they had that DARPA-Moderna partnership. Weird. Jan, always love you. Good evening, son. Good evening to you. Yo, Broom is glad to see you back on, brother man. Just getting off of work, and as usual, I'm enjoying your podcast. I don't always get my notifications from YouTube. It's pretty tough. I would tell you to ring that bell so you do get the notifications, but what I really need you to do is not only share me here, but share me on alternative platforms such as Rumble. And I want to remind people, starting this Friday, there's going to be an exclusive premium video over at Red Voice Media. We're going to call it Reality Voice with Jason Bermas, or The Reality Voice with Jason Bermas. And I do want to say this. I love the fact that I'm getting this opportunity, but at the same time, the premium wall is sometimes a problem for me because I want to give everything I do away. And the way that we have worked this out is not only are you going to get a couple of clips from the premium broadcast for free, like the sampler, which I think is going to be a cool thing. But after 2 weeks, it's also going to become free. So it will forever be archived for those that want to watch it. Oh, Zombie Joe, I call him the Emperor Ovaltine and Evil Sniff Lord. I do like that. What do we got here? We got a whole bunch of thumbs up and MCUM. Okay, we'll do that. We can thumbs that right up, huh? Yeah, F these NWO pieces of you-know-whatski. Check out Jamie Deluxe's channel. I talked to Jamie today. My man Jamie actually hit me up in the DMs because I had DM'd him the clip of Zombie J back when he was Joey B, gladly covering up the Pakistani connection to 9/11, another important point. And I love the work of Jamie Deluxe. I was lucky enough to be able to hang out with him at the Reawaken America tour, my first time. Okay, and remember, YouTube gave me a strike and took down my presentation, my first one, from the Reawaken America tour. But you can see that on Rumble. And me and Jamie had a great time. We got to go have a beer the night before. I actually got to meet his son. I love that Jamie is a family man and that he not only exposes high-level sexual predators of children, which is an important topic, but has expanded greatly into the very realm of transhumanism and bio-nanotech that we are discussing in this broadcast. Poop shot. Poop shot. Bermas, do you have a link or a source for the original New York Times interviews of the 9/11 first responders who reported hearing explosions that day? Bill, I would encourage you to go check out Loose Change Final Cut. And there is a plethora of video cuts of not only the first responders, but individuals who were either in the lobby of the World Trade Center or underground in the subway system talking about those explosions. Let's see. And Jack Reisder, I don't know who Jack Reisder is. NASA equals Satan, T-minus lift off. All the world is a stage. My word as a Biden. That is funny, right? They can biologically alter the lips of their wives, which suck my... Uh-oh. Does he smoke and say F a lot? Zombie Joe. He can barely even talk. I know. Well, I probably could barely talk, too, if I was in the Senate for 720 years. 720 years. Not one headline of that. It's insane. Insanity. Just wild. I'm still trying to figure out how those planes slice through those buildings. Jan, you know what? Let's discuss this for a second. Yesterday I did a big video. I think I got 7 times the regular comments. Usually I get about 99% approval on my videos. Okay, and on that one, I knew that I was going to be attacked a bit, right? I knew it, and I did it anyway because it's really how I felt. I wanted, I'm always going to be straight and true with you guys, okay? So, number one, I think there are some people out there that have real questions and are being genuine. But on the other end of that, I also think that there are a ton of trolls out there, okay? So, let me just show everybody this, okay? Normally, we're in, and you know what? We're going to have to take this down just a little bit to do this so you can see it. Normally, we are about, I don't know, 98+%, 99% thumbs up, right? 99% thumbs up, 99%, 98. Here we have almost a 10% dislike ratio. 53 thumbs down. That usually doesn't happen for my videos, and that's A-okay. If you look at how many comments there are after the live streams, we're talking in the 50 range, 40 range. But for this one, 271. And I stand by my claim that Judy Woods is an insane person. She's a crazy person. Now, if you noticed, I didn't go out there to debunk the directed energy weapons theory. You know why? Because I'm not necessarily saying there weren't other technologies used other than traditional demolitions and thermite at the World Trade Center. But what I am telling you is that I 100% believe that planes hit buildings, and especially World Trade Center 1 and 2, without a doubt. And what I'm going to do right now, Jan, because not only do I love and respect you, but I want to show you that evidence, is I am going to show everybody the beginning of Loose Change, the original, okay? And let me also say this. Loose Change, the original, is something that I had zero to do with. Let me repeat that. Zero to do with at all. Just didn't have anything to do with it. It's what got me involved with those guys. I feel 100% blessed that I was able to get with those guys. And what I want everybody else to take a look at right now is the intro to that film that is in regards to the planes hitting the buildings. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into Adobe software, frame by frame, and show you maybe the most famous video of the second plane hitting the World Trade Center. But without further ado, let's play this section of, and it's really the intro. It definitely didn't look like a commercial plane. I didn't see any windows on the side. Again, it was not a normal flight that I've ever seen at an airport. It had a blue logo on the front, and it did not look like it belonged in the area. That was Mark Birdbank, a Fox reporter, and it was not somebody who actually filmed the plane. We have a plethora of people who saw the plane that didn't film it. So let's just get into this section right here. Oh, it's going to do that to me. Come on. Come on now. Don't freeze up. Don't freeze up. Come on back to me.
8:46 a.m., New York City, New York. American Airlines Flight 11 is allegedly flown into the North Tower by Mohammed Atta. This is the widely known video of the attack, shot by Jules Naudet. At face value, it may not look like much. However, upon closer inspection, in case you missed it, one more time. If you look closely, you'll notice that the shadow of the plane meets the building after the flash occurs. This means that the flash is not the fuselage colliding with the building, but rather a separate event. Not to mention that the flash is twice as wide as the fuselage itself. Within minutes of the attack, news teams from all over the city had their cameras trained on the World Trade Center. Therefore, the second impact was covered by almost every conceivable angle. This footage was shot by CNN. On the underside of the fuselage, an extra piece of equipment is visible. When questioned about this, Boeing representatives refused to discuss it due to national security. This is what the underside of a Boeing 767 should look like. The following footage is taken from the documentary Why the Towers Fell. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bring it back. Did you catch that? A missile is fired seconds before impact. Skeptics claim that the flash is the fuselage colliding with the building. If that were the case, it would look like this. Also, notice that the flash is reflected in the fuselage of the plane. The flash is also present in footage taken by Evan Fairbanks, Jennifer Spell, CNN. Al-Qaeda certainly couldn't have added this equipment at Logan International Airport. And even if they did, the flight crew would have noticed it. So where did this plane come from?
It's a great question. And this was so controversial at the time, we didn't even include it in the second edition. Now, for those people that would say holograms, okay, or no planes, well, then explain this to me. Why in the world wouldn't they make the hologram exactly, or whatever CGI you believe, exactly like what? The actual plane. And why in the world would there be extra equipment? And why would we have video evidence? There's actually a fifth video from across the river, of very, very small. You can barely see the plane. It's blurred. Remember, all this stuff at the time is 480i. It's interlaced. It's not high definition. It's highly compressed. And we still see that shot. We still see that shot. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up the software behind me so everybody can take a look at it frame by frame, okay, because I do think that that is important. And what we're going to do is we're just going to slide it on in, okay? Let's one frame at a time. And again, the more you see it, you see that line underneath, okay? And then you can really see underneath the plane right there that there's something with a shadow that's rather large. And as it goes in, right there, is that shot in direct line with that. So when I say that Judy Wood is a crazy person, it's not only because she goes with the no planes theory, it's her personal behavior with Nico Haupt, who came up with the CGI theory. And that's why I went so hard yesterday. And believe me, guys, I expected people to come down on me. I really did. I knew I was going to make a lot of people very upset. But my problem is, that's the stuff that goes mega viral. That's the stuff I had to see get 500,000 or 1.4 million views yesterday on the anniversary of 9/11. Not focusing on even what was in the original Loose Change, which I think is extremely valid. Not focusing on all the things we were talking about via Fabled Enemies. All right, we're going to continue with your questions and comments. We've got a super chat from the great supporter, Occult Priestess. King Charles is a descendant of Vlad the Impaler. The Predator class are related through interbred bloodlines, using secret societies for societal control throughout history. Long-term agendas planned through astrology. I'm not a big astrology guy, but hey, you know. My conspiracy theory sounds like vampires. Bram Stoker, who wrote Dracula, was an occultist. Thank you, Jason. Hashtag Bermas Brigade. And by the way, some people give me flack for my shirts. Like you can see, the All-Seeing Eye. I want everybody to just check out the whole thing right here. Okay? And if you can see it, it is not only the All-Seeing Eye, but it's an owl on top of Skull and Bones with yet another pyramid on it. I wear this shirt as a conversation starter, so I can talk about the Bohemian Grove, so I can talk about Skull and Bones, so I can talk about what this symbology actually means, not because I'm endorsing it. I just want to let everybody know that, okay? Oh, let's see. So we need to beat you, Joe Biden. Well, I mean, again, we need free and fair elections. We need a system where it's one person, one vote. We need paper ballots. We need to get rid of the machines. And a lot of that was discussed earlier today when I had Pasta Jardula on, and we were breaking that down. Let's see. I had cancer. I didn't beat it. It was cut out of me. It's crazy to think he won the vote. Most popular president of all time. Most popular president of all time. We got somebody talking about the Van Allen belts. Great questions there, eh? Comrade? My sister used RSO. It was legal in her state. That's the Rick Simpson oil. That is concentrated THC. I wonder how that worked, Tyler. I'd love to hear that. Elon Musk is actually working with fallen angels and creating advanced flying saucers for them. Sounds crazy, but it's true. Bobby Digital, I don't necessarily subscribe to any fallen angels or Anunnaki or Nephilim theories. I don't necessarily talk about interdimensional or off-world beings. What I do talk about is there's absolutely a spiritual aspect to this, and that there are certainly individuals at extremely high levels, like the Occult Priestess pointed out that are into different types of the occult, most of which are a means in their eyes, in their viewpoint, to gain power. My friend Pat beat 4th stage lung cancer. That's great. I'm very happy about that. You got that right, dude. You totally got that right beyond Zombie Joe, Creepy Joe. What's his son call him? Peter Pan Pedo or something? It's Pedo Peter, actually, was in his phone. Again, no headlines there either. Yeah, at least there were some headlines in the alternative media about that. Where are the headlines of Joe Biden serving 720 years in the Senate? Just wild. NWO means own. Jan, we just told you what RSO was. It's the Rick Simpson oil. It's concentrated THC. You ever looked into Panicure for cancer? The forum doesn't lie with the amount of people written off by doctors only to go beat it. We almost had Joe Tippins on, and what he's talking about is a thing called fenbenzidol. I'll let other people go down that rabbit hole, but if you search the word cancer on my channel, you'll learn a lot more about it. I hope I just answered your question right there. Anyway, enjoy your work. So glad you're on tonight, and thank you definitely for the 9/11 broadcasting. Much respect. I appreciate that. Jan, I had cancer, but I don't by the programming. I beat it. It was cut out of me. Shouldn't have been there to begin with. I was exposed. So there is my man, Tyler. It wasn't Pedo Pete. It was Pedo Peter. Okay, he had an R on there, I believe. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. Space is inaccessible to humans. Well, I think space is a lot different than what we have learned in school. I don't think it's a vast vacuum. I think it's different things. Although, now they're telling us that the moon is actually part of our atmosphere, believe it or not. That's the official position. Hi, guys. Project Artichoke, a.k.a. MK Ultra. It's a precursor to MK Ultra. And there's also Bluebird, something people rarely talk about. The Beast System. Is it me, or has Biden grew some extra hair in the last couple of weeks, or do they have plugs? Well, he's had plugs for a while. And by the way, it's not another dude. Okay, that's Joe Biden. Let me repeat that. That's Joe Biden. It looks like he's had some facelift surgery. That's why his ears are connected. He has the same mannerisms that he did 20 plus years ago. He has the same voice. He's dementia ridden. He's old. That happens. Rick Simpson oil, it's basically a cannabis oil, correct? Usually THC heavy, although the CBD aspect of it has been used in other medicines and is now legal. Ugh, I can't tolerate this disgusting, wretched man. Somebody's got to watch it. We've got to show the world where we're at. Send Joe on the next rocket up, please. Why, how? Yucca, yucca, yucca. That's FMLA. He's an idiot. I don't know what that means. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. I thought it might have been a Tipsky and Hutch over on the Rockfin. I just can't watch this old creep, LOL. Holy anointed oil from Exodus, the mistranslated word is cannabis. They just want another way to spend money. Hope you're talking about the Japanese Moonshot project goals. If not, you should look into it. It's a different program, and I'll check it out. Way to beat cancer is stop putting cancer-causing stuff in our project or our products, air, and water. Yeah, but that would actually be doing something for humanity. And they're not really about solutions that empower humanity. No, they're about solutions that enslave humanity, unfortunately. And instead of putting us at peak health, which would challenge their system of authority, they want to denigrate us both physically and mentally at every single level. This is asymmetrical warfare. Make no mistake about it. What are we all supposed to start doing research? Well, I hope so. I mean, everybody's got a little free time. Everybody's got some leisure time. I've got leisure time. I play Saints Row 2 every once in a while. Most hardcore gamers by now. I've been playing it, I think, for almost a month again. And this is what happens. I end up breaking into one game and playing it. Love the Saints Row series. Love the Borderlands series. I've got time to watch UFC and other MMA events and still do this. I am blessed enough that this is now my full-time job and has been for some time. But I assure you, when I did have other full-time jobs and I had a lot more on my plate with my nieces, I still found a way. You can find a way. Can't argue with that, John. No or little THC before we modified the crap out of it. Let's see. As soon as I saw this, I thought of you, man. Just effing incredible. Yeah, well, thank you, Common Sense Pills. I appreciate it. DARPA is a wormhole, trippy, time-traveling tech. Let's hope they don't have time travel. My God. The Rand Corporation did a great video breaking down the Rand Corporation with Jay Dyer probably about 3 to 6 months ago. I got to get Dyer back on the program. He's another great guest who really comes at it just like Stuart J. Hooper did today in the military-industrial complex from a very academic perspective, although Jay has a little bit more of a spiritual and religious side to his research. The jabs are going to turn people into zombies. They will crave blood. Obviously, I don't think that's real. I think where the zombie apocalypse is what? People like Joe Biden supposedly running the country and being the most popular president ever. Exodus 30:22. How much do they expect humans to merge with the human reset? Huh. You know, I mean, again, the Great Reset is a command and control way of getting a hold of not only you, okay, in a track trace database society, but eventually you biologically and spiritually. That's what it's all about. You should have $132. Like, come on, let's give this man a like and a thumbs up. Thank you, Joker. Let's get 200 thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. First, they will dispose of all unwanted human genetic trees. If you are on the list and your family are being attacked. Well, again, in that document, they talk about how they can go after individuals or societies with bio-warfare, specifically targeted bio-warfare. A double matrix mirror of our current reality. You have been programming your digital imprint DNA your entire life, tech or organic data uptake. Transhumanists want to live forever so they don't have to face the ramifications hell they deserve. Interesting. Yes, FBI, I know, and have all intel. Get ready for Thursday. We'll see what happens Thursday. I mean, they took Lindell's phone today, you know. It's pretty crazy. They're trying to put Bannon in prison. You got to wonder what's next for Alex Jones. It's all out there. Klaus Schwab says, good. Good old Klaus Nut Schwab. In on the late night Ask Me Anything. Let's see. Make that 51 132. Okay. So it wasn't supposed to be a dollar sign? I don't know what was going on there. Slap that like. The singularity happened in 1942. Welcome to the mirror world. I don't know that actually happened in 1942, everybody. That's somebody else's opinion. Klaus is in the chat. Godsmack. Robogenetics. Cybernetics, if you will. Your life is already a digital simulation layers. I don't believe that at all, by the way. I think that's false. I don't think that we are a simulation. I don't think we're in a multiverse. I think we are flesh and blood spiritual beings in a battle for good and evil. And this lifetime, this amazing experience that we all have and can be extremely beautiful and loving and just so fulfilling at times is a test. It is a test. Where do you stand? All right? No matter what your religious beliefs are, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or even an atheist, you best believe this is the battle for humanity and what I like to call what? Your consciousness, your spirituality, your soul. People got until 2030 before hell is released. No, they don't. They don't have until 2030. If they get to 2030 with their goals, we are massively fuckelschnucked. Okay? I don't know that Klaus is going to beg for anything. I don't know that. These mofos are insane. Hello, JB in the chat. I don't think I am an AI or QI node. Sorry, S23. Let's see. Had someone joking about the Bob Saget character in here. Thank you, Jason. Thank you for joining me. I'm actually serious. They are afraid of hell. Listen, if you come at it from a Christian perspective, that could honestly be the viewpoint. And a lot of people that believe in, Lucifer being the Lord of Light, the person, I mean, you get deep down into the hole of things like the occult and masonry, etc., and you get to this point where apparently Lucifer is the good guy, right? A lot of people say, well, in the Garden of Eden, and again, I'm not saying I necessarily subscribe to any of this, God was withholding knowledge. The tree of knowledge was given by Lucifer. Lucifer empowered humanity. When in fact, it looks like right now, whatever being is out there, whatever force is driving this, is certainly trying to enslave it. I just like to throw that out there. This man has my back and I have his. It's over. Antenna, they harvest your bioenergy. In loving memory, say what you like. Let's see. Melissa Trees, I see you. When they bring back the next flu, that's when they push this, because the next false flag flu, millions will learn to make a deal with your mirror future world self. Save yourself from yourself. All babies should be eaten at birth. Jimmy Savile, best friend of King Charles III. Is that a real quote or one of your jokes? If that's a real quote, you send it to me via email and a source, or send it to me via DM, and we'll do a video on the royal family, because we didn't really do one with the hubbub of the Queen dying or Prince Andrew or any of that stuff, or Jimmy Savile or Lord Mountbatten. Just a plethora of stuff that we've covered over the years. But if that's true and you can find that quote, yeah, we'll add that to a video for sure. No, not exaggerating whatsoever, rather understanding as the stuff that's still classified would blow most into a breakdown. Your phone is its incubator. Clown Biden, moonshot, shot. I don't say the V word here. We can't say it. Joe Burden, no kidding. Biden is Y Club. I don't know what that means. Canned Chinese food is being distributed to seniors and food banks. Delicious. Joke Biden. Pray to God, this is so in your face. Oh, what's going on? A lot of things are jumping. Did we just get a big jump? Yeah, we did. We got a big old jump. Wow, that was a big one. Let's see where we're at now. We got to go up, up, up. Up, up, up. Whoa. 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 We're still going up. We're still going up. Wow, this is a lot. Are we going all the way up to the top? Going all the way up to the top, it looks like. Wow. And it looks like it looks like, okay, we got some of these, didn't we? Yeah, there we go. Great. Many who take the mark of the beast will be demon-possessed and crave blood. Eating slugs with salt in the New World Order. Start with my medical cannabis. Let's see. Putin. Let's see. Oh, wait. Sorry about that, guys. Putin had a telephone conversation with Federal Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz. Lead in the baby food. Remember accident like lead in the baby food. Remember, an accident like fentanyl. Come on, let's thumbs it up. Let's get 200 thumbs up, guys. Sweden just put a 3-year prison sentence for citizens who break climate laws. Yes, they did. Crazy. Crazy. In fact, there is this individual out there, I think it's Piers Corbin, a scientist, who was on RT just slamming the climate change agenda. We got to get him on the program. Biden signed an executive order the day he took office to undo Trump's act of lowering insulin prices. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, we took on Big Pharma and won. Yeah, he did that. I saw it. And again, we got to be gaslit all the time by a zombie who says he's been in the Senate for 720 years. The president stressed that Russia has been and remains a reliable supplier of energy resources, fulfilling all contractual obligations. It's always been the same take, what they say they'll do and turn it around. John, check out Exodus Effect. Great book by a pastor. Tackle, undo. I don't know what we got there. Cannabis has been co-opted by Monsanto. Grow your own. And that's the thing. You got to become as sustainable as possible. Cannabis or no cannabis. Just on every level. Not their sustainability. Not the code word for your standard of living going down. But you actually having a plan to be able to economically support yourself during these command and control contrived crisis. That's what you need to do. Okay? Because these crises are going to continue. And they are going to continue to not just manufacture consent, which they no longer need, but manufacture reality. Right? People like Karl Rove, who believe they create reality. Yeah, Karl Rove, not a good guy. Weird. Pod living is a more energy efficient way of life. You don't need a house. Yay, I want to live in a pod. How many already made deals with the CCP? Asking. GMO is of the devil. LOL. Droidian. Unbelievable. USA just destroyed Germany. Germany was a powerhouse, but I'm still trying to work out why Putin didn't turn it off straight away. Politicians like him been around 700 years for sure. How many have island tapes pulling strings? We're probably talking about Epstein's Island, I would imagine. America has a profoundly sick high society. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let's see. Not much letting Jace be speaker. Let's see. God made it and it was good. Then we screwed it up. PooTube. Man, why does it keep going down so much every time I scroll? This is not the droid you voted for. Asperger's, actually. These aren't the droids you seek. Let's see. Cure for cancer already out there. I'm not going to say those words because they are banned. And you know the deal. Let's see. Paperclip, UFOs, and I don't know what the other emoji is. We got some kind of Antarctica. Yeah, a lot of things probably going on in Antarctica we don't know about. Nord Stream 2, Germany was relying on Russia for 80% of energy, and they threw it back in the face for Greens. Paperclip 2.0. Hunger Games. Organic Taurus supercomputers run the sim. The glaciers are computers. I'm going to go check Rockfin, make sure I didn't miss any other Tipskis and Hutch. And I do have another one. I'm sorry about that. Jazzbo. Bro, let's have you rattle off your best evidence of there being a globe. You know, when you lay your head down at night, that ain't moving. Cheers. Look, you know, I am not a flat earth guy at all. I've seen, you know, the Eric Dubé stuff. I've been on the Union of the Unwanted with people who talk about the globe. Sorry. You know, my best evidence, I'll tell you right now, I've never spent any time continually trying to debunk the flat earth theory, ever. But I certainly never endorsed it. And I'm very doubtful that I will ever endorse it. At the same time, people like Eddie Bravo, who do endorse that, I just want to point out, you know, Bravo does a lot of great work. He's over at the Rockfin, by the way. Paul Joseph Watson just came over to the Rockfin. So again, guys, you know, just really quick, before we get back to your questions and comments, I do want to say that I do need your support. And we just got a Buy Me a Coffee from someone who says, I really appreciate all your work, my man. You're tackling issues people don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. That's courage. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So, again, I could use your support over at the Rockfin. I could use your support buying me a coffee. I could use your support spreading the documentary films, or just give me a subscribe over at Rumble. We're 10,000 strong there. Over at Rockfin, again, it's free. I give away all my stuff. You're just supporting by hitting subscribe. We're at 64,000. We're going to surpass my YouTube count of 68,000 and change, I think, in the next 2 months. Okay? Maybe quicker than that, okay, with this new Red Voice media gig, which I'm extremely excited about. Really excited about it. Let's continue on. Let's see. With inflation and the rising prices, you will all learn to use poop to stay warm. Lovely. Lovely. Work hard, pray hard, bless up. Congress admits ETs openly and plainly in this 2023 spending bill. Listen, don't buy the ET garbage. Right now, technologically, we could absolutely genomically and bioengineer an entity that would look like a traditional alien that we've been conditioned to believe in through Hollyweird, and that thing may actually believe it's an alien. Okay? They could roll them out tomorrow. I'd be highly skeptical. And you should be highly skeptical as well. Has anyone else seen the secret leaked Rand paper? Which Rand paper are we talking about? How we doing, Super Seamster Sewing Show? My Bakersfield, California buddy. Quantum AI husk mech creeping out of the egg. Jason, what event or lie will they sell to society to convince them to merge with the technology? I think it's going to be a slow burn. I think it's going to be incremental through numerous technologies, but it doesn't hurt. They've got their hip rock star, right? Rock star! Elon Musk pushing Neuralink, a human brain interface technology that's decades old and DARPA tech. Let me repeat that. Decades old and DARPA tech. So they're going to do it a lot of ways. Good thing Joe's mom's not there to hear her son getting tongue-tied trying to say logjam. I know. Not adding any tech in me. I hear you. Let's see. I don't know about the domestic terrorist thing. It's kind of incoherent. So, yeah. Agenda, transhumanist agenda of all things. It's already too late. Carbon to silicon is their MO. Beware of the machines. Nothing's too late. I'm going to fight for humanity. And I'm going to do my best to protect my family. And at the end of the day, go out a human being. I think that's important. I think that's the most important thing out there right now. Crystal, I'm going to keep triggering you. Enjoy it. We got a message that got retracted. Okay. Let's see. LOL. Okay. Everyone is so trauma bonded with 2020. They will do anything to keep what they call the American dream. Well, you'd have to be asleep to believe that, because we're living in a nightmare right now. I'm going to smash everything in my way. The demons come out quick when I start exposing them. Do we got another Tipsky and Hutch over here on the Rockfin? We do. Costello, how we doing? Thank you so much. I think I got the name right this time. Another tip over at the Rockfin. Thank you so much. It's so weird that I don't get all the tip texts on the Rockfin. I get some. I used to get them all. I also used to get a text every time somebody would subscribe. So again, you got to do it on a desktop. You got to endorse Jason Bermas, okay? But you get everybody else's premium content. Throwing that out there. Let's see what we got here. Tyler Durden is a stupid name. I would smash a bacon burger right now. No lie. I had some pork, rice, and vegetables today. Some bacon wrapped pork. It was delicious. Delicious. I love cooking, man. You know, I miss my girlfriend so much. You know, that's one of the things that I really love to do is we don't eat a lot. Usually it's late afternoon before we even start cooking or eating anything other than drinking coffee during the day. And that's just a great time for me, being in the kitchen, then sitting down, having the meal. And it's just something I really look forward to. I also like going shopping with my lady. And boy, do I love her. She is just the best. Bill Gates wants to live inside your mind forever. Immortal voice-to-skull technology. Immortal voice-to-skull dictatorship. Try getting a job without the you-know-what or going to school. Again, it's trying to coerce you into this contract where you literally give up your humanity all the time, where you bend the knee to authoritarianism, and no matter what they say and do, you go, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Or yes, they, his, her, they, their, zeros and ones. By the way, the Boston Marathon just started a non-binary category. So you don't have to register as a biological man or woman anymore. Again, from transgender to transhuman is a reality. The biorevolution is here. Yes, it is. You better believe it. I'll work for food illegally. God will provide. Exactly, Bob. MSMK Ultra destroys minds and dreams of future generations. Kill your television. They can make the cure a day after they make the you-know-what. There, it's fixed. Confidential RAND document revealed. Earl Grey channel. Look into it, Jason. Thanks, liked. Again, send me a DM on Twitter. I check the DMs on Twitter. I don't always respond. I get a lot of them. But if you've got a real document and it's the real deal, that's what we do here. We go over real documents. Are we still on 2 weeks to flatten the you-know-what? Jason, how are you liking Iowa? I love Iowa. I love it. I love it here. You know, I'm pretty upset at the law that Illinois is putting into place on January 1st, since I'm 5 minutes from Illinois, where, you know, you can get arrested for second-degree murder, kidnapping, assault, and you just get released now. They took New York's abhorrent, aggressive, and horrific catch and release, no cash bail, and they went even further with it. I mean, they've got a system now where you have somebody trespassing on your property, whether it's your home, okay, whether it's your home or your business, and the police can no longer remove that person. You don't think they're trying to destroy society by design? Of course they are. Of course they are. But luckily, I'm on this side of the river, and I'll tell you, the people are great. The constitutional carry is great, and I love it here. I think I chose a great place. You know, you get all the weather. You know, you get the white Christmas if you like it. You get a hot summer. I love the Midwest. Can't get enough of that wonderful stuff. At the same time, I was a bit homesick when I did the Reawaken America tour. And, you know, it's fun. You know, my girlfriend, we're going through Batavia, New York. It's upstate New York. And we're rolling by these houses. She's like, oh, I love that house. Man, I love that house. Oh, this neighborhood's great. And it's true. Now, upstate New York is beautiful. It's gorgeous. And generally the people are pretty great there too. But just like Illinois, you know, across the river is actually pretty cool. But they're beholden to Chicago. And in New York, you're beholden to the city. And they're trying to destroy us. Make no mistake about it. Rand, I found it too. 3 years of 2 weeks. I don't know what that means, Sam. I'm smoking some OG Kush now. Be back. Okay, you do that. Did you hear of Jill and Joe Biden's charity foundation's connection to Moonshot and how none went to research, all went to salaries? No, I haven't seen that aspect of it, Cheryl. I have not. Definitely something worth looking into. Yes, time to flatten the pervs. Red Pill Truth, I don't know how truthers don't mention God or Jesus if it all goes back to that. LOL Pedro, definitely past time. How many weeks am I holding up Winston? I don't know what that means. Down with the crown. Yep, Jamie is a genuinely good human being. Yes, he is. Let's see. Let's keep going down. Jason, how about another James Corbett and Friends team up? I do need to get Corbett back on the program. He just released yet another 9/11 documentary that they premiered via the Richard Gage, Barbara Onager Film Festival. If you didn't see that interview, I would encourage you to check that out. And James Corbett is top of the line to me. And James Corbett is somebody out there that gets it from transgender to transhuman. And in his video about that, he showed a clip that we've got to show here of Ray Kurzweil talking about his alter ego in the virtual verse, okay, Ramona, a female. Oh, and then also talking about how married couples can go into virtual reality and become each other. All sorts of weird stuff. Why are Pelosi and Schiff even legal? Like how do they remain untouchable? Schiff was buddy-buddy with convicted killer Ed Buck. Yeah, Ed Buck, really disturbing and disgusting individual. Monkeypox is actually syphilis. Crystal Moore, triggers for you. I don't know any of that. Fourth Industrial Revolution, change you. Yes, Klaus Nutschwab. Yes. Loose Change Final Cut is on my channel. Excellent. We love Loose Change Final Cut. This aggression will not stand, dude. I hope not. Sam Tripoli team up. I haven't done Sam in a while, but I would love to go on Tinfoil Hat or Conspiracy Social Club anytime that they would have me on the program. Right Red Pull, everyone is waking up. The crop seems to be almost ripe for the harvest. Nice to see you are a Bermas fan, Klaus Schwab. What was the live military exercise in downtown LA? Helicopters landing on streets, remember? I do remember that. And that wasn't just in LA. They were having, right around the beginning of the nightmare, if you will, in 2020, there were several drills where you had military on the ground preparing for the domestic terrorists. Love your show, Jason. Your topics on transhumanists are interesting. Well, thank you so much. Extraction mission. Thompson, LOL. Klaus Schwab is a tyranny. Anyone seen my lighter? I don't know. Have they? My joint is cold. The last few years, you can now notice the damage done by some channels out there. Ryan Upchurch, I don't know who that is saying that young girl wasn't real but they have dug up the plate. I don't know anything about that. Again, you're talking in broad terms. I don't know who that is. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know about the young girl. I don't know any of it. Stay sober-minded. The Lord is near. You can drink and smoke. Just don't go stupid. Look, I don't drink a lot. I don't drink at home, right? I have a liquor cabinet and stuff like that. But some of the bottles of liquor I have now are running on 5-6 years old. I moved with them. I don't think I've bought a bottle of liquor since I've been in Iowa, and it's about to be the 2-year anniversary of me being out here. Okay, that's one. And then two, I smoke like a champ. I love the marijuana, and I'd take anybody on. I think that I'm just as sharp when I'm smoking the wig dong diggity. But that's just me. Maybe you think otherwise. Maybe you react differently. Kylie Rodney is about human trafficking. I don't know what that is either. Interesting how Epstein, Weinstein, Nixium, Maxwell, Cosby, John of God, Nygaard all went down during Trump. Well, the Nexium investigation was prior. Cosby's not in jail. He got that overturned. John of God, I'm not sure where he stands. And I don't necessarily think that the Trump administration themselves had really anything to do with it. I think it was more localized people that had had enough because there was so much public pressure and evidence against them. And with Nexium, again, just like with Maxwell, it was very limited. If you see how Claire Bronfman was treated, it's in line with, okay, slap on the wrist. They still don't have Sarah Bronfman. They didn't get into the people in Mexico that were involved, one of which was the ex-president's son. You didn't hear much about the Rainbow Cultural Garden, which was involving children across the world in these nursery schools where they were trafficking young girls as teachers. Okay, so, I don't necessarily subscribe to that. I saw the second plane in real time. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Can't drink. Every time I do, they try to get me to leak. Let's see. I promise Uncle Bob, watch out for Stamos. Yeah, we got to watch out for that John Stamos character. Many sex cults, honeypots, were exposed and arrested. It's crazy remembering just a couple of years ago, Corbett, the Crow House, T-Lab, etc. were on YouTube. Now it feels obvious that they are banned, but it didn't feel possible at some point not long ago. They took my channel 4 times, and I fought. And I think that actually tomorrow I'm supposed to get my one final strike removed. We'll see. But will I ever have my channel monetized again? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, don't get Stamos. Everyone's chemistry is different. Be vigilant. The devil roams around like a lion ready to devour our soul. The famous Flash. Yes, the famous Flash. Human trafficking is a big business. How many are invested? Who are the players? Look into the Central Intelligence Agency. That's what I would say. Fun fact, my mom donates to James. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that. You have to explain the video where the nose of the E-plane peeks out. Oh, boy. First of all, we have no idea that that's the nose. And I've seen the overlays. Guys, for 480i. 480i. Nose out but a plane. Nose out but a plane. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Seriously. You know, there's been actually some really good debunking videos on the nose out. Just want to put that out there. What do you mean, Stamos? It's like John Stamos, only famous. Stamos. The only thing in history that gasoline flames melt steel. You know, it's funny you say that. Why don't we bring that up? Funny how, you know, forget about the memes. You got the head of FEMA in New York quoted in a September 16th, 2001 New York Newsday article telling you what? There were temperatures of 2,700 degrees. Look, 2,700 degrees at the World Trade Center. That's not official. Why? Because jet fuel don't burn at 2,700 degrees. And obviously, other methods would have had to have been used. How about that? Let's see. Those planes were still, service after 9/11. People, those planes were still in service after 9/11. People checked. I saw that. Again, I remain somewhat skeptical on that as well. I stick to what I can prove, guys. The normies don't want to know. They really do enjoy being ignorant, even if they are in danger. Just like the Eloi in the Book of the Time Machine. Human trafficking players Jeremiah Perez, Josh Taylor Cooper, and Matthew Tyler Long. Mean, or mean? John Kriako, did you see the plane live in New York or in real time on TV? I think he's talking about seeing it live in New York, but I could be wrong. Again, there were plenty of eyewitnesses that saw it and talked about it, okay, that were separate from those that filmed it. I just want to put that out there. And I'm not sure how. We just had a new video of the second plane come out this year, guys, that had been hidden for 20 plus years. You mean evil, and evil. For the love of money, the wrought for lust, they will do anything. Everyone has their price. Be careful how you value it. Let's see. Devil, the devil. The music is uncanny. Real-time TV. Okay, so you saw it real-time in TV. I saw the smoke from the city next day at work at Westchester Airport. Okay? All right, so then I was wrong. You didn't see it in person. Remember the 2.3 trillion missing the day before. Yep. Gotcha. Money isn't evil. The pursuit of money is the root of all evil. At least one plane was used. The second one, after telling the world, look here, it would be stupid to not use a plane in that situation. And again, if you were going to do some kind of CGI or some kind of hologram, why would you have it so that it didn't match exactly what you said it was going to be? Those are definitely military aircraft. Pull it! Pull it! Greed is a disease of the heart. The blackened heart is colder than ice, rotten to the core. Beware. They are great actors. Those planes were made differently to go into a building. Who knows? Who knows? But it's hard to trust any video evidence these days. I agree, but again, the technology back in 2001 that was largely analog and not digital. Come on now. Hiding a theft by destroying buildings is evil. Just because you can't see the plane behind the flash doesn't mean it's not there. If you can keep prior frame data, the plane was going there by progress. Technology isn't evil, but it is used for many evil things like magic to people that do not know. I agree there as well. Guys, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to close it out. I want you to thumbs up and subscribe. We can get 250 thumbs on this. I would really, really appreciate it. The links are down below to support everybody. Let's see if anybody else hit me up via the coffee. $5, $10, $15, big donors. I need you more than ever. Again, we are on Rumble. Rumble is a great place to support me. 10,000 plus subscribers right now, and all my material is there, even the stuff that you can't see on YouTube. And we've been on Rockfin now for 3 years, believe it or not. All my uncensored stuff. There are literally over 100 videos you can't find on YouTube that are on Rockfin. So give me a follow over there for free. And if you want to support the broadcast, you can subscribe. It's $9.99 a month or $99.99 for the year. And then you get everybody's premium content. I did do a video with T-Lab that is strictly premium. So that's one of the features you can see that involves Jason Bermas that you couldn't otherwise. I encourage you to check it out. At the same time, like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. Folks, I'll say it again, as I always do. It is not about left or right. It is always about right and wrong. I absolutely love you, and I will see you all on the flip side.